Hello my dear geographers, I hope you all are doing well. So once again welcome back to your geography class. In this class I am going to discuss the third part of this chapter, atmospheric pressure and wind. So today we will deal with this atmospheric pressure belt or wind pressure belt. So this topic is quite new to you all, but if you will understand this precisely, then it will be an easiest topic for you. So without any further delay, let's move on to the main topic. First, let's learn what is atmospheric pressure. So as you know, atmospheric pressure means the weight of air on a unit area of the earth is called the atmospheric pressure or air pressure. Now, what is world pressure belts? Now, the distribution of atmospheric pressure across the latitudes. Latitudes means the horizontal lines that are present over the earth is termed as horizontal distribution of pressure or global horizontal distribution of pressure. Now, its main feature is its zonal character known as the pressure belts. Why zonal? Because zone wise the pressure is varying. Now, here on the surface of the earth we can find basically the 7 atmospheric pressure belts. So they are the equatorial low pressure belt, there are 2 subtropical high pressure belt, 2 subpolar low pressure belt and 2 polar high pressure belt. Except that equatorial low pressure belt, the others form the matching pairs in the northern and in the southern hemisphere. As you can see, in the northern hemisphere, it is also subtropical high pressure belt, subpolar low pressure belt and polar high pressure belt, and same types of pressure belt can be found in the southern hemisphere also. There is a pattern of alternate high pressure and low pressure belts over the earth. Now, by this picture, you can understand always the high pressure and low pressure belt will be there alternatively. 2 high pressure belt cannot be one after another. So this is due to the spherical shape of the earth. Now one question may arise here, like why there is a subsequence or certain pattern of alternate high and low pressure belts. The answer will be the spherical shape of the earth. Now the equatorial region, see here, this is the equatorial region. This region receives great amount of heat throughout the year. That means here the nature of the air is very warm. That means the air pressure is very light, because we know there is an inverse relationship between atmospheric pressure and atmospheric temperature. So that's what here the air at this equator, it will rise and it will create a low pressure belt. So in general information I want to give you that in the equatorial region basically the air remains or air pressure remains very low. Now let's move on to the pressure belts one by one. So first it is equatorial low pressure belt. So as I told you here, though this equator is getting 90-degree angle of sunlight, that means here the temperature remains very high. That's what the air pressure is very low. So from which to which latitude we can find this belt? From 0 degree to 5 degree north and south of the equator, this equatorial low pressure belts can be found. Again, one more information is there. This low pressure belt is also called doldrums. Why so? Because this is the zone where the air, it is generally calm in nature. That means without any breeze. Now the next zonal division or next pressure belt is subtropical high pressure belt. So at about 30 degree north and south of the equator, this air pressure belt lies. Okay, so when the air, the ascending air from equatorial region, they will go and then they will descend in this particular region. So this area is thus an area of high pressure. Now just imagine, suppose previously the atmospheric pressure in this region was suppose 1000 millibar. Now more air is also coming from the equatorial low pressure belt. That means now suppose the amount is 1000 plus 900 MB. That means now the air pressure will be 1900 MB. So that's what it is known as the high pressure belt. right? Because the atmospheric pressure is really high in this zone. Now the third one is circumpolar low pressure belt. Now first look into the range of such belt. So basically this belt is located between 60 degree to 70 degree in each of the hemispheres in north and south. Now why the atmospheric pressure is really low over this region? Because the speed of the rotation of the earth, it is very high over this polar region or subpolar region. That means there is always a tendency of the air to go outside of that particular region. Now when the air will move outside, or due to the centrifugal force, when the air will blow from that region to another region, then obviously this region will have the low pressure belt. Done. Now the last one is polar high pressure areas. That means it is at the extremely north pole and the south pole. That means between 70 to 90 degree northern and southern hemisphere. Here the temperatures are actually very low. The cold descending air gives rise to high pressures over these poles, because we know there is an inverse or opposite relationship between pressure and temperature. Though the temperature over these regions is extremely low, that means the atmospheric pressure will be very high. Again I am repeating, though at the poles the temperature remains very cold, that means the atmospheric pressure will be high. So now just try to gist of this topic. There are total 7 atmospheric pressure belts. Out of this, basically 3 pressure belts, they are low pressure belts, and that are equatorial low pressure belt, circumpolar low pressure belts, and the 4 high pressure belts are found, that are subtropical high pressure belts and the polar high pressure belts. So in northern and southern, if we will consider both the hemisphere, then we will get 4 high pressure belts and 3 low pressure belts, and altogether there are 7 air pressure belts present. So I hope this topic is clear. Please, when we will learn this topic, try to draw the diagram. If this question will come in your exam also, try to draw the diagram. Otherwise, you cannot be able to score well from this portion. So from today, I am going to end this here, because in next class we will discuss the different types of winds. Till then, thank you and take care.